Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing another Prime Time series review. We're going into Prime Icon Deco. We're going to be going through this card, his details, stats, player traits, icon profile, clips, and summary at the end. But before we get into all of that, if I could ask you guys to please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you know when I upload, and comment down below what your thoughts are on the series, if you're enjoying it so far, and who you would like me to go for a review next. Without further ado, let's get into the review. So this is the team I use Deco in. I put him in behind David Trezeguet. That card will also have a review. Please do check that out if you have the time. On the face of it, guys, this card, wow. His dribbling is surprisingly tidy, neat. I know it says 90 dribbling and 91 passing, but guys, this card is really good at just playing the number 10, picking the right passes, dribbling between the lines, getting into the right positions, all that stuff. He is so good, and the value on this card is phenomenal. It might be one of the first ones that I actually recommend that you guys buy. Getting into it further though, we'll have a look at this now. 5'9", high medium work rates, right footed, forces swing moves, 3-star weak foot. A con of this card, 3-star weak foot. He does need a bit of a boost on that. But overall, it didn't feel like it affected me too much. I just tried to keep things on his right foot. 7 games played, 6 goals scored, and 8 assists. He is so involved in my attacks as well, guys. You're going to see that a lot in the clips of how well he played for me too. In terms of chemistry style, I would be tempted to put Hunter on him, guys. Pace and shooting are the two things that I would want from this card extra. He doesn't need any boosts in the passing or dribbling department. Trust me on that. Phenomenal passer, phenomenal dribbler. I loved him for that as well. Decent physicality too because of that, 88 stamina, and the other key stats of this card are his passing. 95 short pass, 91 long pass. His dribbling stats are good. His ball control is 94, so he's always retaining possession really well, holds the ball up really well. Surprising amount of strength, although it only says 65, it is a little bit higher actually. And that really plays into his hands. It feels stronger. He feels like he can hold off defenders more easily. You'll see that in some of the clips as well, where he gets around defenders very well. That might be due to his balance as well, but really does help there as well. In terms of cons, guys, the only 3 I would pick out are his shot power, finishing, and attack positioning. I would like that to be a bit better for an attacking midfielder. It's nice to have good long shots, but if you don't have the power or the close-up finishing and attack positioning there, it sometimes does suffer for it. He does miss some easy chances there as well. But overall, fantastic card, and if you boost that shooting element of this card, you really won't have much of a struggle with him. In terms of player traits, he's got the flair trait, long shot taker, playmaker, and technical dribbler, so really great traits for Cam. Really usable there as well. He can also play CM, guys, perfectly capable of doing that if you need him to as well. Finally, getting into the icon profile, this was when he signed for Barcelona after Euro 2004. In the prime of his career, of course. I will leave that for you guys to read in your own time, and without further ado, let's get into some of the clips that I got with him. So guys, getting into some of Deco's clips, and the first one here is his set pieces, and that was his cross in there to David Trezeguet that caused that goal. You guys can see here his range of passing and set pieces is absolutely fantastic. You can really create some good chances with this card, and it's the two standout stats of this card which really make it so phenomenal is his passing and dribbling. And because his dribbling is so tight, despite the fact that some of it may seem like it's offset by the fact he's not so good, he manages to create a lot of chances just by being so quick on the turn there. As you can see, again, you turn away from that midfielder quickly and all of a sudden you're in on the defenders, and that's where it starts to get a little bit dangerous with this card. Again, set pieces, his set pieces could use a little more power, and that's really where this card is lacking on the set pieces. I wouldn't recommend you trying to bang in free kicks with him from 25 yards plus unless you've really got your technique down. This card is more of the closer free kicks. You can definitely put them away though. Again here, I think it's because of his balance or something to do with this card that really makes him quite strong in terms of just running around the pitch, taking on defenders, squeezing around them and things like that as well. He moves very well, and that allows you to create lots of chances. Again there, he held off Varane to get past him there, plays a lovely ball into Trezeguet, and that's an easy finish for him there as well. Again here, picking the ball up in midfield, and the weight on that pass is phenomenal. I mean, look at that, guys. The weight on some of these passes is absolutely great. It's straight into the path of the player. No need to move off run to try and get the ball. And again, creating a good chance, and we do get a goal from that opportunity from some great running from him again as well. Again, great positioning here, takes the ball up, dribbling tight, keeping it away from the defender, holding him up, and then playing a lovely ball across, and that's an easy finish again for David Trezeguet. Again here, using that dribbling, getting a nice ball inside, making a good run again to create an option, drag the defender off, and allow a little bit of space. And that's one of the things that really surprised me about this card as well, was just how good attacking wise it was, as well as just general playmaking. I didn't expect him to be so good in every part of attacking. His shooting is a bit of a letdown at times, I won't deny that, but what I'm saying is that his involvement in the attacking process is absolutely phenomenal, and it's not just down to his passing and dribbling, but also his positioning and his general play on the physicality side of things as well really helps. I feel like this card really does benefit from the fact that you've got a little bit of strength in there, which is unseen. I don't think obviously if you go shoulder to shoulder with Virgil van Dijk, you're going to come out on top. But what this card does allow you to do is create nice and easy chance. Again, look at that. It's such a simple ball, but it's such a simple ball to mess up as well. And it's just a lovely little touch off into the player. Again, setting up a lovely chance for Trezeguet, missing the finish there as well. And again, quick passing as well was another thing. He really did get a lot of quick passes off, which allows you to transition through the attack faster, create easier chances and things like that. Again here, doesn't know which way I'm going, hold him up again, squeeze in between the defenders there, and how's that for a ping? Now we're going to get into some of his finishes. And guys, believe me when I say, this card, whilst his shooting isn't the best, he definitely can finish with the best of them. He's able to finish off chances if you make them for him 7-8 times out of 10. You know, he's not a 10 out of 10 finisher, but when he does get the opportunity, he will stick it away more often than not. You'll see here as well a variety of finishes. That he gets a lovely run again there, picks up the ball, holds the man off again, lovely little dribble, again taking it past the man, and he really can't contain him because of how quick that dribbling is, and it's an easy finish once we get into that position. A beautiful run there, how is that for a natural run made by him? And again, finesse with that chip there. And in the final clip here, you guys are just going to see a lovely volley into the back of the net. So guys, getting into the final Deco summary, this card was absolutely phenomenal for me, and we'll get into the prices first. 325 on the PS4 5, 323 on the Xbox One, Xbox X, 410 on the PC. Overall, 4-star skill moves and 3-star weak foot, so that's something really to be aware of there. If you'd like your attacking mids to have a 4-star weak foot minimum, then this card does suffer a little bit because of that. Overall guys, his standout stats, ball control and dribbling. There is a surprising amount of strength. I know it only says 65, but there's something about this card, maybe it's the balance. Something keeps him upright very well against defenders, and that allows him to take on more people than it would seem is possible. Again guys, another key pro of this card, short passing and long passing, phenomenal in both departments, really, really great. In terms of his cons, the only one I really pointed out for myself was shooting. And it was in finishing, to be fair. 75 finishing just isn't good enough, and although he does have decent composure, which kind of saves the shooting a little bit, 75 finishing just isn't good enough, guys, to regularly convert difficult chances. You can convert the easy chances 8 times out of 10, but the difficult chances, I would not give him a hope in hell of doing that. So, but that was really, guys, the only con for me. I don't really feel like the shot power is that much of a con if you can position them well. So the finishing was the real major one for me. Again, his pace is low, but his acceleration is higher than his sprint speed, which is important for me because it means he can burst away in those tight gaps, and that's more important to me than having a high sprint speed, high acceleration, or having that the other way around. Therefore, I don't feel like his pace is as much of an issue for me. Getting into chemistry styles, guys, I would maybe look to be putting a hunter on him because his passing and dribbling is so good. I don't know whether it's worth boosting that, but if you do boost his pace and his shooting, all of a sudden you do have a card which can finish great, is really quick, and able to do every part of the shooting game as well. Alternatively, you could look at boosting something else which would allow you to be a bit more creative, such as an architect. Gives you a little more strength, again, to be around that area. Artist as well, if you really wanted to just pick up on his strengths and boost them further, that would really take him to an insanely fun card to use. So you've got a lot of options there with the chemistry styles. My recommended one would be the hunter, though, for you guys there. Getting into the price chart here, guys, he starts off pretty low. Again, he did dip slightly below 300 for like a few hours. He's now sitting at 325. Guys, this is really cheap for this quality of card. Now, I know that icons aren't necessarily worth it because you can pick up something just as fantastic for maybe half the price. But this will be the first icon that I think I might recommend that if you guys can afford, you should definitely try out and see if he fits in your team. He really is a fantastic card to use, really, really fun to use. I really enjoyed using him, and it was really, really good. I mean, I thought in terms of the comparisons here, the comparison to Fabregas seems a bit off there. Sabitzer as well, I don't think that's right. I put him as that's a fair one there. Xavi Hernandez, very similar to Xavi in how he plays, maybe slightly better on the physicality side and the pace side, which allows you to be a bit tighter. And of course, he's actually better on every version there of that version of Xavi. So maybe the slightly better versions of Xavi, he's like that. A very good player in general. He's got a little bit of a Renato Sanchez vibe, not as powerful of course, but he's got that kind of technical ability to be able to do everything as well. Finally, of course, guys, getting into the link ability, he links to a lot of people perfectly. Eusebio, Luis Figo, Rui Costa. You've also got links to players like Ronaldo, João Felix, Gonçalo Guedes, players like that. So you've got some nice links in there that you can put this card into and use him in your squad. Hope you guys did enjoy this review, and if you did, please do smash that like button. And until next time, I'll see you all in a bit.